Hello, my name is Frank McQuarrie. I'm a second-year PhD student here at the University of Georgia under Dr. Catherine Edwards and Dr. Brock Woodson, co-advised in the Marine Science and Engineering departments. I'm passionate about remote sensing of ocean processes, outdoor education outreach, card games, wrestling, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm open to any collaborations. My contact information will be on the last slide. Okay, I graduated from Rutgers in 2016, got a BS in biological oceanography, and I went straight to Catalina Island Marine Institute. There may or may not be a wine mixer there. I cannot confirm or deny, but there is marine science to be had. So I was an instructor and a snorkel guide, and I had led a campaign against paperwork, no paperwork. I also worked for Christodora, which is bringing New York City kids to the Berkshire Mountains in Massachusetts, and we invaded their schools with nature. So it's just amazing seeing their eyes light up at the simplest thing like a deer pelt or a fish scale. It was really cool. I was also part of 2 deployments to Palmer Station, Antarctica. You can see my butt deploying a glider in this HBO Vice episode. I featured really am just boots on the ground, but it's great to be boots on the ground on a glacier. That's all. And I studied primary productivity along the Western Antarctic Peninsula. That's kind of the canary in our coal mine. We see those melting glaciers changing that ocean. How is it going to change the rest of our oceans? And that's the first time I deployed gliders, and that started my interest in remote sensing, like figuring data out from afar, because I'm lazy. Autonomous underwater vehicles. I was talking about being lazy, and these are gliders that we can put in. They're remotely operated. They're energy efficient. I don't need to swim in the water to see how salty it is. And most importantly, they're mobile. And so the water I work in is between like 0 and 20 meters as you go out offshore in the intercoastal shelf. And so we need something to profile that entire area. And so the reason we do that is because that red dotted line represents a density gradient, a picnic line. And if you've ever been swimming in a lake, your feet might have touched water that's a little bit cold than the rest of it. That's that thermocline, that's that layering, that stratification. And the reason we care is because if we tag a fish and that fish gives off an acoustic ping, it might not be able to cross that picnic line. And so we want a robot to be able to be above and below that density gradient, that layering. So I study that stratification in the water column. Specifically, I study that stratification at Gray's Reef National Marine Sanctuary. This is a marine protected area with an area dedicated to research right off of our shore. It's not far, and we can use robots so we don't need to swim around in it. Some of our future research and considerations are shown. I'm not going to go into exactly what we're doing with the projects, but I want to speak to the collaborative nature of UGA's marine science program. Like right now, I'm in a project with Michigan State, Wright University, Georgia Tech, and we're using like AI. We're using path planning and not just one robot, but a fleet of robots figuring out what goal is best to fulfill a project. Also, I'm working on biomass estimation and prediction using satellite measurements and looking at carrying capacities of those MPAs. I can't stress enough how much freedom I've been given in the first few years and how comfortable I feel in this department. So why UGA? The pros, you get the small department feel. I've spoken to it a little bit, but we have a strong graduate students association where I serve as vice president, helping out and making sure that everyone feels welcome. We also have a marine science symposium. That's where we get a chance to present to each other, because doing things like this is actually really helpful, and it teaches me how to be a better presenter. We also have a huge school feel. We collaborate between the engineering departments, ecology, forestry, with other schools, and the club sports. I'm on the club wrestling team, and I enjoy it. But pre-COVID, I enjoyed it. And research cruise opportunities. We get out to Sapelo Island, Skidaway Island. If I'm there too late, Terrapin Brewing feels like an island, and it's just fantastic having this community we have here at Athens. The cons, if you're from the Northeast, you got to get your pizza shipped in. You're not going to have a slice here. And you have to pretend to like football. Go with it. Just do it. Go Dogs. Say it. Go ahead. Thanks to any and all interest. Please don't hesitate to reach out with any questions. I'll see you at recruitment. Thank you.